What would you say to like a 10-year-old who is just starting to come out as trans and my friends have been like, I'm not calling you that?
Oh, what I'd say to them. Who is it?
Let's talk about the term trans joy. Trans joy is about claiming one's identity and celebrating it, and also about reshaping the world that has insisted on cishet norms. Okay, interesting. Cishet is an ideological term that means cisgender heterosexuals, so basically all people. Any trans person can express themselves freely without being judged for who they are. It also means that they celebrate their pride and the beauty of their bodies. As I said, this is an ideological term, and no transsexual person would ever use this, being serious about it. The point of being a transsexual, the point of going through a gender transition, is not to stand out on purpose, to show off body parts that make you dysphoric. You want to live your life as if you were born as a regular man or a woman. You don't transition in order to be trans, if that makes sense. The transition is all about assimilation. Transsexual people such as Bug Angel, Blair White, and myself are constantly accused of not experiencing trans joy. Our haters claim that we hate ourselves for being trans, that we're ashamed of our journeys, of our transitions. And that's mostly due to us trying to live a normal life as a regular man or a woman. Because we're binary trans people, and we're not breaking the norms, the gender norms. And I know that the backlash we get doesn't really make sense. That is what we experience on a daily basis. These people do not understand nuance at all, which is not a surprise to any of you, but just because we don't want to make us being trans our entire personalities doesn't mean that we hate ourselves and what we've done to our bodies. Today I want to talk a little bit about Elliot Page, formerly known as Ellen Page. Elliot Page is now a trans activist and is supposedly really happy about the transition and coming out as trans.
Hi, I'm Elliot Page. What motivated me to write my coming of age story was, a few factors. It was being in a place in my life where I felt like I could actually sit down and write for the first time and express myself fully. It also just felt maybe a good time to share my personal story, a climate that is currently so hostile towards trans people. Age Boy is about stepping into who we truly are with strength and joy. You can listen to it now on Audible.
This is apparently trans joy. Every single time I watch a video of Elliot Page, Elliot seems very depressed. And no, you don't need to smile all the time in order to prove that you're happy. I don't smile that much in my videos because I'm talking, and I'm also talking about serious topics. But if you look at Elliot's eyes when Elliot is talking, there's something about the energy too that doesn't seem that joyful to me. Transsexuals like myself feel such a relief after we transition, and we feel lighter, we feel happier, we want to smile more, we have a more relaxed face and energy. And that's not the vibe I'm getting from Elliot Page. You might wonder, why do you care about this person? Elliot is 36 years old, so why do you even talk about Elliot? Well, I'm way more concerned about the trans activism that Elliot is a part of. Elliot is not only advocating for children transitioning, Elliot is actually talking directly to children. Watch this.
So what would you say to like a 10-year-old who is just starting to come out as trans and who's like, my friends, myself have been like, I'm not calling you that, no. What would you say to like somebody like that? Like,
Who's saying those things? Who's not being supportive? You mean what you'd say to them? Oh, what I'd say to them. Who is it? Give me their number.
Did you really think you were being sweet and protective here? Because what I'm hearing is you're blindly affirming a 10-year-old as trans. I can't tell if this is a boy or a girl, but it doesn't really matter. It's super inappropriate as an adult, as a celebrity, to affirm a 10-year-old as trans. Elliot is publicly shaming a little kid who doesn't believe that another kid is trans.
I tell them that they're being incredibly insensitive and unkind. Would they ever want someone to react about something like that towards them? And that maybe they should take some time to think a little bit more and potentially learn more about trans people, that they aren't being a very good friend.
No. 10-year-olds should not learn about transsexualism, and especially because in this case we're actually talking about transgenderism, which is the ideological term. Elliot, do you have any idea how impressionable kids are? Do you have any idea what you're doing right now? You're influencing a 10-year-old. Do you know how hard it is for that 10-year-old to find out if they truly deal with gender dysphoria? Now that's ingrained in that kid's head that Elliot Page, a celebrity, believes that I'm trans. Statistically speaking, this kid is most likely not trans, but it's gonna be really hard for this kid to get rid of the idea that they are, because you, a celebrity, a trans icon, affirmed them as trans. So gross and irresponsible. And on top of that, you're teaching this kid, who you're not supposed to talk to, how important, if not essential, to get validated from strangers. Instead of saying it doesn't really matter what other people think of you. As long as you love yourself, it doesn't matter if you sometimes don't get your way. It doesn't matter if you sometimes don't get affirmed or validated. The validation and love should come from within. Where's this kid's parents?
I'm sitting in my car crying in a trans joy way because I wore my God is trans hat out in public for the first time, and I had so many people literally run up to me and be like, I love your hat so much, where did you get it? And I was like, it's me, That's why I love clothes as a vehicle to show my art, because it's this tangible representation of a world that believes in you. You can see out in public that there are people that love and care about you, especially in a time like this when it feels like the world is awful.
I thought that trans men couldn't cry when receiving testosterone, but obviously it's not true, because this person cries all the time on TikTok. I honestly don't know what to say about God is trans. I think that's the weirdest thing I've heard all week. Freedom of expression, I guess. Trans joy, is that the outcome of chasing the validation and affirmation from other people? Wow, that sounds really good for your mental health. You all need therapy, and I mean that with love, because this is not good for you in any way. How about achieving real joy? It's just a suggestion, so take it or leave it. This is coming from a trans person. I live in the real world, and I experience real joy. I wouldn't say I'm proud of being trans, but I'm not ashamed of it either. It's definitely not trans joy to tell children that yes, you are trans, and if people don't believe you, they're hateful. These children will not experience real joy if we put them on puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones. You cannot medicalize healthy children for life and expect them to experience real joy. I don't understand why these people feel the need to create all these new terms. Why can't they just simply live their lives and leave other people alone? And why can't they just be happy instead of talking about it all the time? Maybe it's because they're actually not happy. Who knows? Thank you all for watching this video. If you want to see more content like this, remember to hit subscribe and the notification bell. If you want to support my work, my PayPal is in the description down below, but no pressure whatsoever, because I'm already super grateful for all of you. Remember, you can become a member of this channel. We have so much fun, so come join us. Follow me on Twitter and Rumble, and I'll see you all in my next video. Peace out.